everybody, and my name is Tommy. Today we are going to talk about black hole. Now first I have a question for you. What actually is a black hole? What is a black hole? What does a black hole mean? Well, first I am going to talk about the meaning of the black hole. Now imagine this marker is blank. See the circle? If you color in the circle, I'm just going to color in like this. There, if you color in the circle with black, then you see there's a black circle. Now, it appears to look like Jupiter. But if you color it smoothly like the insides too, then you will see it is a black hole. A black hole is a big round object that's shaped like an egg. Now, this big round object sucks in everything, but a white hole is the reverse of the black hole. If you throw a pen into the black hole sucks the pen in. But if you throw the pen into the white hole, imagine the white hole is arms, it punches the pen away, back to you, your human hand. Now, that is what a white hole means. It's a white sphere-shaped egg, and it bounces off everything that's been thrown into it. It's like the black hole's cousin. But now let's just focus on how a trip to the nearest black hole, which is V686 or Monoceros, would be like. Sometimes there is even a black hole in the middle of the galaxy. So now let's zoom in to find out what that trip will be like. Now, let's begin our trip. First, I'm going to talk about the spaceship. Now, the spaceship has some important parts that don't need to be broken when you blast off. This is the spaceship blasting off. You don't want the wing to be broken, the head, because this contains fuel, it's necessary of a fire, and if you want to reach it at maybe your 38th birthday, then you have to travel over most of the rocket's speed limit, over 10,000 astronomical units. So, ready to begin our trip? Well, let's get started. First, we need to now that we've completed the rocket, let's blast off. At the first 130 feet, you could see the nearest star in our solar system. Now, the nearest star in our solar system is about 133 miles from an inhabited planet, not just feet. Now, you see, after traveling through where Halley's Comet is, we move on to our destruction zone, 3,000 miles away from Earth. This is the basic time when you reach the rumbling zone. Now, what is a rumbling zone? For example, I draw a spaceship. It's clear, a faint spaceship. Then I draw some wiggles. That means the spaceship is moving around. And the other spaceship is also moving. So it's like, this is where solar wind from the sun rock things up and down. Now that we've gone through the rocking zone, we are going to reach the moon. About 30,455 miles from our Earth. Then after we go through the moon, we'll reach the Hutton cloud. Now, what does Hutton mean? Hutton means big rocks of ice that are formed together to make a cloud, like Saturn's rings, but we call them terns. Sat is the meaning of planet, Tern is the meaning of icy rocks. Now, are you ready to move on with the next part? Now we say goodbye to the moon and we see Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and of course there's Pluto, about 10,000 trillion light miles away from Earth. Now we say goodbye to Pluto, and oh no, we see something moving very fast through our spaceship. It missed course. Now, what is that? A Tesla? Well, I'm not sure because it's traveling at an incredible speed, and it's so fast I can't even see it very well. But I'm pretty sure what passed by was a Tesla. Now let's move on with the next part. After we moved away from that comet Tesla thing, now we've reached the black hole. Now, the black hole is where my robot friend Liam is going to dive in and explore it. Now, you see, the black hole is one of the biggest things. Now, the hungriest black hole is the black hole in the middle of the universe. Well, we don't have time for that black hole since it's the sun. So, we're gonna go around the axis and see the Starway comet, which goes into every single black hole. But for starters, let's talk about the smallest black hole. Now, this black hole fits about 335 suns in total. It's very big, but it's not too big for the biggest, largest black hole. We can fit around 3,435 stars, or maybe suns, or maybe Jupiters, or maybe the largest star in the world, well, etc. But the hungriest star isn't the scariest. The hungriest star even can eat a whole big giant car that is as big as a flat. It can even swallow that. It can swallow heavy things such as weights. For starters, weights are pretty heavy to human people that are not really serious about bodybuilding. So there are lots of types of exercising you can do with weights. And when a black hole reaches your house, it pulls the weight out of your hand. And then it appears to be stretching. The weight is like a big rubber band. You pull the weight, it's stretching, and then nothing. Or maybe the car, it stretches and hotter and nothing. Now that you've seen that if the ground is a black hole and have already dropped a few things down to the ground, you can now see what a black hole will be. So now Liam is going to dive into our black hole. Now, when Liam comes to this black part of the black hole, he seems to be stretching like a piece of spaghetti. He stretches and stretches until we can't even see his head. Now the wider reporter says the Liam is getting hotter. So you could see, when you see a big bomb sign and then it's green, he's cold. But if it turns to red, he's getting really hot. Very, very hot. Now he's hotter and hotter, like a pan. It's not hot, it's cold. Then in the other hand, 250 minutes later, it's like boiling. And spaghetti burnt. Question. Now let's move on with one question before we end our lesson about black holes and talk about some more facts. Now, one fact about the black hole, it is a twin brother named the white hole. The white hole could be the last stage of a black hole's life cycle. When the black hole explodes, if it has a lot of energy when it explodes, it will turn into a white hole. But if it doesn't have much energy when it explodes, it turns into nothing. Only its eyes are left. Those are the facts about the black hole. Now, ready to hear a question about the black hole? Well, maybe the electricity just cut off for a few seconds. But now let's move on with the next lesson about black holes. Now, the black holes are, what are black holes? A, they're big round objects that orbit the sun. B, they're big round objects that suck in everything. C, they're like fans that blow away the solar system. Which is correct, A, B, or C? If you listen to my last video about black holes, you could see that B is the right answer. So those are the things that we could learn about today's episode. So in today's episode, we've learned about plenty of things about black holes. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe me more about studying English with Tommy. So see you. Goodbye.